after that,
Okay, all right. We also have a soundbite that's coming of Sanjay Singh after the all-party meeting. Let's quickly listen in.
पूरा देश गुस्से में है, नाराजगी में है, आक्रोश में है और देश का हर नागरिक ये चाहता है कि भारत की सरकार आतंकवादियों को उन्हीं की भाषा में जवाब दे जैसे उन्होंने हमारे निहत्थे निर्दोष लोगों की हत्या की है, निहत्थे निर्दोष पर्यटकों को मारा है। उसी की भाषा में आतंकवादियों का समूल नाश होना चाहिए, उनको बर्बाद किया जाए, उनके कैंप्स बर्बाद किए जाए और जहां से ये संचालित हो रहा है पाकिस्तान से, उस पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ भी आप कार्रवाई करिए। ऐसा सब ने एक मत से आज सर्वदलीय बैठक में अपनी बात सरकार के सामने रखी है। दूसरा विषय, इतनी गंभीर और संवेदनशील बैठक थी, इतनी गंभीर और संवेदनशील सुरक्षा के मुद्दे पर बैठक थी, तो हमारी अपेक्षा थी कि प्रधानमंत्री जी संभवतः इस मीटिंग में जरूर रहेंगे, लेकिन उनको बिहार का कार्यक्रम ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण लगा और इस बैठक में आना महत्वपूर्ण नहीं लगा। ये भी सवाल कई सदस्यों ने सर्वदलीय बैठक में उठाए। इसके अलावा एक जो बहुत महत्वपूर्ण जानकारी सामने आई वो अपने आप में हास्यास्पद भी है और वो दुख देने वाली भी है। 22 अप्रैल की ये घटना है और 20 अप्रैल से वो स्थान बगैर सुरक्षा एजेंसियों की जानकारी के प्रारंभ कर दिया गया। यानी कि ये जानकारी दी गई कि पहले वहां पर सिर्फ अमरनाथ यात्रा के दौरान पर्यटक जाते थे, लेकिन 20 अप्रैल को बिना किसी सुरक्षा एजेंसी की जानकारी के वो स्थान खोल दिया गया। एक स्थान पे 1000, 500, 2000 लोग जा रहे हैं, उसमें पुलिस को जानकारी नहीं, सेना को जानकारी नहीं, सीआरपीएफ को जानकारी नहीं, हमारी खुफिया एजेंसियों को जानकारी नहीं और आतंकवादी आते हैं और मार के चले जाते हैं। तो इसमें सुरक्षा की एक बहुत बड़ी खामी सामने आई है और जिसपे हम लोगों ने मांग की है कि इसकी अकाउंटेबिलिटी फिक्स होनी चाहिए और इस पे कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए कि इतनी बड़ी सिक्योरिटी लैप्स कैसे हुआ।
सिक्योरिटी लैप्स में सरकार
तो उनका जवाब वही जो परंपरागत गोलमोल जवाब होता है उसी प्रकार का जवाब था। इसके साथ साथ ये भी बात रखा है सदस्यों ने, जिसमें सत्ता पक्ष के साथ जुड़े भी कई दल थे, कि जिस प्रकार से इस घटना के बाद सोशल मीडिया और मीडिया के जरिए देश के अलग अलग हिस्सों में नफरत फैलाने की कोशिश की जा रही है, उस पर रोक लगाई जाए और देश में शांति और अमन के साथ पाकिस्तान द्वारा पोषित समर्थित आतंकवाद को कड़ा से कड़ा, सख्त से सख्त जवाब दिया जाए।
Two points there. Vinkamara Sudhakaran, I want to bring you on that. Sanjay Singh, firstly, of course, saying that all political parties have essentially asked the government about the security or intelligence lapse that has resulted in the terror attack. But secondly, talking about the need to curb any conversations that could possibly be taking over social media that would essentially result in communal stress or disharmony in the country. However, Vinkamara Sudhakaran, in the past 48 hours, we have not seen any communal violence or any other incident communal in nature taking place in India. We have all come together and stood united in the face of terrorism. How big a slap is that in the face of the terrorists and their handlers in Pakistan, who are perhaps hoping to witness some sort of chaos in India?
Good evening, Devika. My condolences to the bereaved families. The Indian Muslims are today holding their head in shame. Let's understand that. So there is no reason why there should be communal violence in India. We have to get that straight. The second part is the enemy is not the average Muslim who is trying to find a livelihood for himself. The actual enemy for the Indian state is the Pakistani army and the chief. Let's get that straight. There is no point in going behind that 4 terrorists or taking out some launch pads in POK like we have been doing in the past. The language of the Prime Minister and the intent of the government this time is very, very clear, and I wouldn't be surprised if I see a brigade headquarters in Pakistan, deep inside Pakistan, being directly targeted by the Indian Air Force. I wouldn't expect the army to go that farther, but then yes, the Indian Air Force is capable of targeting it. That is most likely the proportional response that we have to give them. The Pakistan army needs to be told to mind their business. They need to be told that no longer can they hide behind the cover of terrorists. We will definitely try to take the terrorist launch pads and terrorists out, but they need to understand that they will be targeted the next time around, and this time too. This is one. Second is we have already initiated the diplomatic measures. This also means that the Indus Water Treaty that has been suspended, today India need not go back to the table and give them that 80% of water they have given. मतलब उनको हम भूखे मार सकते हैं, उनका नलका बंद कर दिया है हमने. अगर even if we create an infrastructure which can actually make use of 25% of that water, it will do well for Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan. And that water will never ever go back to Pakistan. That is one of the good things that India will be able to do, because so far we were under some kind of an obligation to continue to serve them despite we not being wanting to do that. This time, since we have taken already bitten the bullet, taken that first step, I don't think Pakistan is going to get what it used to get prior to yesterday. So this is the second point. The third point is I would urge the government to declare the chief of the army staff of Pakistan as a proclaimed terrorist. He is a terrorist. In fact, the speech that he made last week and the attack that has culminated, if the same thing can happen in Gaza, if there are precedences like this, we must not, stop short of not recognizing this bigot, this terrorist who is masquerading as a soldier, as one. This is something that the Indian Parliament should unanimously pass, and this will send a signal to the Pakistani establishment. If need be, our unknown gunmen should also target this man. This man needs to be told that you are on my crossfire. What this will do is, this will actually send the shivers down the spine of the Pakistani army, which also means the political dispensation in Pakistan, which is fighting against the Pakistani army, they will be emboldened. We must encourage them, we must tacitly support them, and we must do everything in our reasonable control. Finance, fund, and then brand these bigots and then bring them down. The moment the political dispensation becomes more powerful, that is when you will understand policies will become more realistic. And that is when these terrorists who've been funded despite Pakistan being in a terribly impoverished state, these things will stop. That is when the questions that are arising in India today, that why is this happening again and again and again?
Yes.
The reason is you had a stomachache. You went to cut your hair because you thought it is, it's the head where is the problem. So you need to address the problem for what it is, identify the enemy for who it is, and target them where they are. This is what I have to say. Otherwise, we can keep doing this every 2 years. I can keep coming on national television and keep talking about all these things, and then after a couple of days we can all go back and then resume our lives. But this thing will continue to haunt us. People after people, their pants will be removed, the genitals will be checked, and then they will be killed. In fact, today, as you started, why there is no communal violence, because today Muslims don't have a face to show outside, because that is what the terrorism brought them to. They may say that we are peace lovers, but unfortunately, it is their religion that is getting, branded like this. They need to take accountability for it. It is not enough they say that we don't stand with them.